Well, anybody who has ever lost power during a trademark Vancouver Island windstorm knows that the wait for the light and the heat to come back on can feel like forever. And while you wait, local workers are springing into action, often in the middle of the night, working around the clock in the wet and the cold to remove downed branches so your electricity can be restored. But now those workers are facing a shock of their own. It is a jolt being delivered by their employer, BC Hydro.
When the weather turns bad and power lines go down, it's these guys who go in first. Tree specialists who were contracted by BC Hydro to brave the elements and the danger, cutting branches away from downed lines. But BC Hydro is making changes to the way it hires, and those changes have small local operators worried they'll soon be nothing more than glorified tree trimmers.
They're going to be out of business. It's destructive.
Steve Lush has been in the business for 30 years and claims under the new system, contractors will be paid by the hour, not based on performance. He fears big businesses from off the island or outside BC will use economies of scale to bid lower and drive smaller operators out.
I object to the fact that Hydro is putting processes in place that ruin local business and export revenue to out-of-country headquarters.
BC Hydro says these changes shouldn't come as a surprise.
This is a process that we solicited the input of suppliers during. In December, we had an information session with suppliers.
And the power company insists this is all about lowering your hydro bill.
Just the administration costs alone for BC Hydro's ratepayers are just too much. We knew that we owed it to the ratepayers to save them money when it came to that.
So how much might the power company actually save through all this? Less than $2 million. It's an investment Lush says is more than worth keeping local operators on the ground.
If you can muster crews locally that not only know the local geography, but can respond quickly, the chance to get the power back on quickly is greatly enhanced.
BC's energy critic calls the changes short-sighted. John Horgan says money saved up front will only be spent later.
The monopoly, as everyone knows, doesn't help. The more players in the field, the cheaper the product, and the more competition, the better outcome for the Crown Corporation.
Right now, both big and little operators divide up the maintenance of 48,000 kilometers of power lines, but smaller operators fear the landscape of their business is about to change forever.
News legislature reporter Shachi Curl joins us now with more. Shachi, any chance BC Hydro may reverse its decision?
It's really hard to say, Hudson. Talking to BC Hydro today, they seem quite firm. The company seems quite firm on the idea that this is a competitive new process that's going to be better for taxpayers, and so they seem to like it. Now, they put out a request for proposals to both small and large operators across BC, and they've divided it up into several regions across BC and across the island. They say this will enable security for smaller operators, give them a better chance of getting some of these contracts. Those proposals have to be in tomorrow, and then we'll have a better sense of how things shake out from here.
All right, we'll stay on the story. Shachi, thank you.
You're welcome.